Good evening. Everyone has had a manager or someone in their life giving them directions that are about as useful as a screen door on a submarine, where in reality, I get it done properly. Now, I've only had restaurant experience about 3 years now. I have no office experience or anything like that. But what I've had is I've been shown how useful management can be. I've realized that interpersonal communication is one of the major keys to improve not only on the amount of work that gets done, but also at the level of work that is achieved. I see that the main way to achieve the most with with staff and management is to improve this interpersonal communication, which will help the business thrive, lead to less conflicts, and allow management to stay in touch with the staff more. At the end of the day, the main goal of business is to thrive, and there's many ways of thriving in business. One of them is by improving interpersonal communication. The way that interpersonal communication can help businesses thrive is that it can improve morale and happiness in the workplace. When managers can talk with their staff, it will create a level of bonding and morale that will be increased with this. Allowing managers to talk to their staff and understand what's going on will allow them not to see them as the bad guys or just the people telling them what to do. It'll also, with improving morale and happiness, it'll improve connections and teamwork, which will overall make businesses work much better. The website chartercollege.edu has a great explanation of why effective communication is important to business. They state previously how it'll build good teams, which can then allow the leaders of said teams to explain with good communication to the rest of the team and allow those teams to be effective as a unit. This also will allow the teams to work as one and have everyone communicate as one. So this will eliminate any or bad morales that could derail everything that they've worked towards. Now, a business could be thriving and making money, but that's at the expense of the staff. Working at many businesses cause lots of stress. With stress causes conflicts, and I think that one way to improve business is to have increased morale and less conflicts. Therefore, with good interpersonal communication, less conflicts can be decreased. With closer staff members, conflicts between those staff members can decrease due to increased morale. Having these interpersonal communications allows the staff to be more closer connected, and with that will lead to less conflicts and then increase morale and increase workload. With management improving these connections with their staff, not only from staff to staff, but also from management to staff, that will lead to less conflicts between management and staff, which will then lead to a better communication between management levels and staff levels, therefore less conflicts between those two levels. The website smallbusinesses.cron.com explains that a breakdown in communication can quickly lead to conflict, whereas the issue may just be a miscommunication between those involved. If expecting one thing but doesn't know how to explain it to the other party involved, there can be a conflict there, whereas it's just a miscommunication. Or if the boss or leader does not clearly define roles, who's doing what, when it's due, then it can lead to blaming, finger pointing, and then conflicts that do not need to be there in the first place. The main goal of management is to make sure that the staff are doing what they are supposed to do. This means they often come off as mean or harsh. And by improving relations between management and staff, new ideas, implementing those ideas, and being around staff and management just will lead to less resistance, less conflict, and a better time at work. With communication being improved, the idea management can be closer and more informed with the staff will become a reality. I've had my fair share of bosses that I disliked. I've had my fair share of bosses that I absolutely love to work for. With that, when staff start to see management as helpful and not just bosses that are there to make their life suck and make them do work all day long, they're more likely to talk with them and listen to them and inform them of what is going on. With those improved relations with the staff, management will be able to convince them and introduce new methods with much less resistance involved. When corporate tells them that new way of doing stuff, when there's new equipment to be used, when there's new software to be implemented, there's going to be less resistance because there's going to be that connection that's made already, allowing them to just easily get it done. As stated in the website work.cron.com, the best managers understand the need for building alliances and communicating throughout all levels of the organization. Other examples of how management relations can improve through communications is that they allow the breaking down of barriers that staff have towards bosses, which can then promote better attitude and allow the organization to thrive. At the end of the day, business is there to thrive and make money. Many employees think that businesses do not care about them or just focus on profit. It can cause a bad tension between the management, between the staff, between all the higher-ups, between everyone in the company. With improving interpersonal communication, staff realizes that their voices are heard, that they're not there just to work all day for no reason, and that they're cared about. This alone will improve their morale and improve the business tenfold. Therefore, improved interpersonal communication will not only benefit the business, but will improve the morale and everyone involved making work just not a required task, but something that everyone wants to go do and succeed together. This is one of the major keys to improve not only the amount of work, but also the level of work involved. Communication can improve many ways. Some of the major ones stated before are the relations between management and staff, increasing morale, decreasing conflict, improving sales, and the business as a whole. Many people that think that work is just a four-letter word, that the boss is there to make your life suck, make your life harder, and the management doesn't listen. This is how it has to be. But by improving interpersonal communications, work can be a place to succeed and enjoy.